welcome to Wrestling Gab. It's Friday, and that means it's time. No, it's not. It's Monday. And that means it's time for Monday Night Raw.
It would be nice if it was Friday or done already, but
like,
it's not. It's Monday, and we still have to go through a whole week before we get to the weekend.
Yeah, but it's a good week.
Is it?
Yeah, it's getting closer and closer to spring.
I guess.
Every week's a great week.
Every second is so wonderful.
Well, if you're above the dirt.
I don't know. You wouldn't care if you were below it. It wouldn't even matter.
Maybe. You might not know anything.
Anyways, Walter was in the chat, but he'll see us later in about an hour. Robert Warney's in the chat with us. Says hi. The Chiefs are the Super Bowl champs. Chris says, hey, Travis and Dee, ready for Raw? Sophie's in the chat and says, hi, Gabbers.
Becky.
Chris says, also listening to the best 80s love hits by Chicago and other bands on my Spotify playlist, as I will be spending Valentine's Day alone as a virgin, laughing. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Chris. We will also be spending Valentine's Day as virgins.
Nothing wrong with some Chicago.
Not alone, though. We'll be spending it in each other's company.
I am
Gross.
a man who will fight for your honor.
I'm just kidding. Sophie says, the halftime performance was garbage.
Do you have REO's Speedwagon in it? In your playlist?
I would agree, Sophie.
Yeah.
I was
all of
not
them.
entertained.
When you
in
guys
the
were
least.
complaining the whole time, I was sitting back there going, well, they all can't be good. Because if they were all good, then you would have nothing to compare them against. So they have to have a dud every once in a while.
But they've had duds for like the last few years, and that's pretty pathetic.
One pathetic loser.
Harley's in the chat. Hey, Harley says, hi, Wrestling family. How is everyone? Hi. How are you?
Monday Night Raw time.
How was your doctor's appointment today? Hope everything went well.
So they showed the sign for WrestleMania with Becky, even though she's not invited to WrestleMania, and she's not in the
she's invited. Robert says, I'm glad I'm off work. I'm about to relax and watch wrestling while eting pizza.
They're in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I know somebody's going to ask that later.
They're in Brooklyn, Yak. So it says, like I said in different watch alongs, I only saw the halftime performance and shut off the TV.
Yeah, it wasn't worth the watch. Not that halftime. Actually,
the national
game was
anthem
pretty
wasn't
close.
worth it either, but there it is. People thought it was great.
It was.
People were fucking comparing it to Whitney Houston. Bullshit. No, you ain't. And he did not do that good of a job.
So who is she going to wrestle at Mania?
That's what I thought.
The riffraff?
Trash. Yeah, big shout out to that Lita lady.
Oh, is it going to be Lita that she wrestles at Mania?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. She had her back this time, so who knows?
Well, yeah, but that's how you turn them.
She was a weirdo to her last year. What did she do?
She just wrestled her. Oh.
Harley says, good. Had to go see a neurologist about my bladder. Just need to track down and drinking water with drinking too much water. Yeah, that is a possibility, Harley. People can drink too much water.
I'm pretty sure I was doing it today. I had 15 cups of water by like 11. And I was like, I should probably slow down. That's almost a gallon.
It's a lot of water. So if it says now the NFL got plenty of time to choose, so it'll be the halftime performer for next year.
Yeah, they do.
I was expecting more from the halftime show than we got. Well, supposedly she was pregnant or just had been pregnant or whatever.
She just got pregnant. She's got a little baby bump. That's why she wore the outfit she wore. Hey, Postman Pierce is out there. I didn't even notice that. Nope, they're not done with this. More Bailey. Whoa.
Whoa, Becky. Sophie said, I love WWE so much that I'd rather be home than miss WWE SmackDown. Okay.
I don't know if anybody can be a bigger idiot than all of those idiots.
Is it because they're in Brooklyn, New York?
Brooklyn.
It'd be even worse if they were in Detroit or New Jersey.
Or Philadelphia.
Ugh.
There's some pretty bad ones out there.
Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vin! Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Says, Travis, what the heck is your girl Lynch wearing tonight?
That, like a side skirt. It's a skirt on the hips, but it's shorts in the front and the back.
I like her boots.
Yeah. Herman Munster wore those.
Those are goth boots.
Mm-hmm.
I like those kind of boots. Anyways, did that outfit come from Dalitha's closet? There you go. Yeah, probably.
She doesn't like the shoulder pad things like that.
I think it's weird.
They come into a spike.
And I have like square shoulders, so it doesn't pull off very well for me in the whole shoulder area. So it's like, I thought the halftime show will feature more guests or surprises. Chris says 2-timing Bucks looking like a streetwalker tonight. No. Not quite.
Elimination Chamber this Saturday, 6 p.m. Or 8 p.m. Eastern, sorry.
Wow. This is
Ladies,
ridiculous.
you're both pretty.
Who's coming out now?
That's Bianca.
Oh. Well, it is her show, but it's Raw. Let's see. Sophie says, are you guys going on a Valentine's Day date tomorrow?
No.
Yeah. We're going on a date tomorrow. At our house. Bailey's letting her, or Bianca. I'll get to the B, the right one. Letting her butt hang out. Look at that butt. Just hanging out back there. It's probably one of the better outfits that she's had on as of late.
Nexos!
Is that? Then here's like Bailey is surpassing Bex in weird wardrobe tonight, though. She got stuck in the 90s in a weird era of it, so there it is. Harley says, what is wrong with the city of Brooklyn? Detroit.
Brooklyn.
New Jersey?
Triple threat match later on tonight.
Pittsburgh. Philadelphia. Which city? We have a person in the chat from another country with speaking Arabic, I'm guessing. I'm sorry. Hello. Welcome to our chat. Nice to see you. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm saying hello.
Hello.
If you could put English in the chat, I can definitely talk to you. I'm glad you joined us. Bailey's like, what? No.
It's a triple threat match, and the winner is in the chamber unless it's Bianca. And if it's in the chamber, it's going to start out as a triple threat.
What?
Yeah. They're adding another broad because they only have so many chambers.
They only have 4.
Yep.
4 chambers,
and there's 6
2
women
people
already in it.
Start it.
Now they're going to be 3 people if one of those 2 win tonight.
That's silliness.
I doubt they will. They'll probably have Bianca win.
Sophie's like, I'm not that much of a fan of Rihanna, so they are going to do a triple threat tonight. Why? Travis just explained it, so that's your reasoning. Robbie says D with glow up from her birthday. I'm also from another country. Also, Robbie, you're normal, so.
Contract signing.
It's just how it is,
that going to be
friend.
soon, or is that going to be the main event?
It's happening tonight. It's going to happen at the last second of the show.
Well, it normally would, but I don't know if they're going to do that women's triple threat now.
Sophie says, I heard the commercials weren't that great. Yeah, they didn't even have the Budweiser commercial. I had to ask Travis. I'm like, did I miss it? They didn't even have one. What a bunch of bastards.
They had a blue moon one or a blue something.
That's stupid. Anyways, P. Close in the chat. Hey, P. Close says festive people tonight. Yes, I'm very festive.
Miz is going to be on twice tonight.
Tomorrow
he has a match
is Valentine's
and
Day.
He has the Miz TV show.
Ooh, Miz TV. Oh, look, we got Luke in here. Hey, Luke.
There's Luke.
How's it going, my friend? How's everything going? How are you? Hopefully you're doing good. People
Judgment
says,
Day.
hi, Luke. Welcome back. And Luke said, hey, all, I have missed you. Aw, we missed you too. I was like, oh, man, there was one night where there was, like, no, like, mod in here, like, almost all night. And I was like, I miss all the blue names. I don't like his necklace because it's, like, really choky. And it's annoying. I don't like it.
You don't like the chokers?
It looks uncomfortable.
Used to
Like,
wear
really
chokers back in the
uncomfortable.
old days.
Let's see. Vindicator's like, not that I mind, but yeah, I don't get Bianca having her bum out so much these days. Yeah, well, I get it, and I like it. So shut up, Vindicator.
She's got to get it out there. She's got to become more popular.
Robbie says, what a way to start off Raw. Dee was right about her outfit. Sophie says, so the Elimination Chamber for the women could be 7 women?
Yes.
Yes.
If Becky or
Harley
Haley
says,
win.
the city of Detroit, Michigan. Harley,
Detroit.
I know you might be from Detroit, but it's just Detroit. I know there's a bad side to Detroit, and you never want to find yourself on the bad side of Detroit.
You go on down
I've
to
heard
Flint.
stories.
Go down to Flint. It's down the road a little bit.
Not even. Don't drink the water, I've heard.
Oh, I forgot about that water thing.
Those poor
debacle.
people.
I'm talking about just the actual buildings, the structures.
Yeah,
That's
well,
terrifying. Hey, it's Street Profit time.
The one side of Detroit is very scary. Anyways, Luke says, just here to report, Jade came home Saturday night. Oh, good. I'm glad she's home and doing okay. The girls are still in the NICU, so we are going to see them every day. It's stressful still, but getting better. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad everybody's doing okay. So it sounds like all the babies are doing pretty good. That's good. They're pretty healthy so far then. No big setbacks for them. Luke says, and how about those Chiefs? Boo! Boo! Cheaters! Cheaters!
I just feel like they should have let the players decide the finish and not the referees.
That fucking end of that goddamn fucking game was lame. Oh, I lost complete respect for that team. Complete respect. What a bunch of fucking little bastards.
Yeah, I didn't have a horse in the race, so I didn't really care either way. But you got to let the players decide the game.
It was just bullshit. Like, the whole end of it was just bullshit.
It's tainted.
The game was really good until the end. Like, it was going how it should. Everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. Both teams were doing really good. And even at the end, they were both doing really good. And then they fucked them. They called that call. And then the fucking Chiefs did their fucking crap. What a bunch of pussies. Bunch of pussies. Anyways, Ravi says, yeah, they forgot the advert for D. Yo, Luke. Sophie says, I wonder if we are going to see Trish tonight since Lita came back last week.
I don't know where she would fit in. Where would she fit in?
Why would she be there? Weird. Vindicator's like, Chiefs won, so Luke is doing just fine. Chris says, oh, Patrick said Raw versus SmackDown. Haven't heard that in a while. Piccolo says, that was a great game last night. Ravi says, D, I was there. Luke says, well, Ravi should be here and do his job more than... He wasn't here until later. Ravi, you were there, but it was like later at night. You weren't here for like the first hour. So don't even say you were. Luke's like, amen. Then and Daz is in the chat. Hey, Daz says, big up. I found out the card. How are you both doing? Doing pretty good. Daz, how are you doing?
It's good Monday. Got some sleep last night.
Sophie says 113 million viewers watched Super Bowl, the highest in 6 years. Robbie's like, what stories? I don't know what stories you're talking about. Luke says it was a great close game, Sophie. Sophie says next year's Super Bowl will be in Vegas and it will be on CBS. Daz says, yo, Ravi. Ravi says, what's with the white clothes? What?
Who's wearing white clothes?
What white clothes? Sorry, Piccolo. My boo was very loud.
Boo.
It was no bueno indeed. Sophie says the Chiefs got lucky, I hear. Luke says the girls are tiny but slowly getting better. Good. So, no real big issues or anything that they know of as of yet. And if that's the case, that's a really good sign. Chris says Street Profits in Yankee gear. At least they aren't wearing Aaron Judge numbers. Pickle's like, Sophie, stop. Robbie's like, D, just because your team were not smart enough to cheat. Not talking about it, and none of them are my
Your team.
Had nothing to do with anybody being my team. I just felt like it was a dirty pool that they did at the end. And I just don't agree with it. That one player, he should have taken that touchdown, number 1 on the Chiefs. What a loser. Like, and the fact that they told him not to do it, and he literally just stopped and fell down without being touched by anybody. He technically wasn't even down. Like, nobody tackled him.
Once they touch him, it's a tackle, but yeah.
But he, like, fell. What the hell was that? What was that? That was where they should. Yeah, I don't like that kind of playing. That's just ridiculous on their part. Pickle's like, pinstripes looks nice on them. Oh, he's talking about the Street Profits when they came out. Sophie says we had 7 people in the chamber before. It didn't work out that well. Looks like, now wait a minute. The Eagles defender came and out and said he grabbed the jersey hoping the ref wouldn't see it, so he admitted he got caught. Luke, I saw the replay of that.
I've seen it in every angle.
If he grabbed it, he grabbed it for 1 fucking second. 1 second. Not enough to hold the defender. Plus, Mahomes overthrew the fucking ball. The guy would have never gotten there because he slowed the fuck down, and not because he got held. He touched him on one side, grabbed his jersey for 1 second, let fucking go, and then he had his hand on his hip on the other side. He never crunched his fingers, and he never grabbed him, and he didn't turn him or slow him down. The guy slowed down on his own and stopped running and didn't even try to get the ball. So who's the loser? That guy. Chiefs guy is. He should have ran faster to get the ball.
The bottom line
should have
is you
thrown
let
a better
the
ball.
players play the game. There wasn't enough contact for it to be a penalty.
I don't think so.
There was some missed calls throughout the whole game. But,
Well, of course there was.
but that was the worst call in Super Bowl history.
That was just dumb as hell.
I had that going to the Arizona game with when they were playing Pittsburgh a few years ago. Mm-hmm. There was some bad calls in that, but this one mattered. This is the only call that mattered in Super Bowl history. That big that it was the last play. It was the only time they could have stopped him and then maybe went down and kicked a field goal, and the referee took it away from him. So the referees decided the game, and I don't like that. Let the players decide the games.
Yeah, the refs were out there basically coaching the fucking game on the goddamn field, telling the players what to do, and it was like, wait the fuck a minute here.
Oh, here comes
Like,
judgment.
They already had a play go, and then they're like, oh, no, we're going to take that back so that the other team could throw a flag to make it sure they could check that one throw. Like, bullshit. Bullshit. If it happened the other way around, the Chiefs would have just gotten away with it, and it would have been fine, right? Because I know that's how that works.
What 2 members are wrestling here? Because it's the Street Profits versus...
Damien.
Oh, it's Damien and Dominic?
I think it's Damon and Dominic, probably.
Finn Balor. Rhea Ripley. Gonna have a intergender match.
Well, maybe it's Finn.
Finn and Damien.
Finn and Damien are the peeps. That looks like a shithole thing.
The men's?
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, the men's one. There's no good athletes except for Ford and Seth and Austin. I don't mind Damien. I guess he's all right. But the other 2 just riffraff.
Right. Well, let's see. Pickle says, you see it your way, D. LOL. That's right. And Pickle's like, and I don't like the Chiefs. I just don't like Mahomes. I can't stand him. Sophie says Derek Jeter is going to be the new announcer for the MLB season in certain markets.
Ouch.
That sounds terrible. Harley says sending prayers to Luke and Jade. Hopefully the babies can come home soon.
All right, we're starting it out with Damien and Ford Montez.
Dad says, did anyone see Muta's last match?
I did not
see it. Rise like, D, you should remind me, D, at times. I don't know what that means. So it says, I wonder why they're thinking about doing a 7-woman chamber at the pay-per-view.
Maybe just to get Becky into the main event at Mania or something. I still think that Bayley and Becky are going to lose tonight. Mm-hmm. Esther will win. And then those 2 will end up wrestling again at Mania. Would be my guess.
Right.
And then they can have a women's match that's not a title match And I think that'll be like the first ever or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a possibility too.
I don't know if it's first ever, but it's definitely a big deal.
True. It is a big deal, actually.
And they're both top names. Ford, Elevation Homes. Throws him into the ropes. Dawkins with a big drop kick. He can also elevate. Picks him up, drops him down on his head. Damien pops right back up, though, and goes right over the top rope with a double clothesline. Or the teamwork clothesline.
I guess.
I don't know if it's a double clothesline. I don't know what the hell you'd call that.
Team clothesline.
Right.
Luke says the main issue is just waiting to see if their internal organs keep growing and getting stronger. True. That's good. Robbie says, I thought it was good, the ending. That's because you don't know football, Robbie. Sophie says, why does the quarters take forever? And as Luke says, commercial, Sophie. That's my right. Robbie's
The first half went by really quick, actually. But
Yeah,
it was
I thought
because the Eagles held the ball for like 22 minutes.
That's true. Robbie says, D, controversy makes the world go round. Yeah, Sophie says the Super Bowl almost went into overtime. If that happened, it would be the second time. Piccolo says, okay. Sophie says the triple threat match isn't that unpredictable. Robbie says, when the entrance music is louder than the ring announcer. Piccolo says, I fell asleep and seen from halftime on. Piccolo says, the Eagles look pretty strong the first half, but couldn't finish strong. No, somebody got a talking to in the back of what was supposed to happen during the halftime. Mahomes decided that his ankle really wasn't twisted, so he came out without a sprained ankle. Him and his lies. His fake injuries that he pulls.
Whoever had the ball last was going to win.
He
Said it
literally
the whole
reminds
third
me
quarter.
of that one guy when I was telling you that the announcers even pull him out on it. And if he keeps doing what he does with his ankle, I'm going to say that he does it on purpose, just like that player. That
LeBron.
player that pulls his hamstring whenever something happens on the football field that it doesn't go his way. So he literally fakes an injury. Oh, I hurt my hamstring. And so they have to have a delay of game for him to get an injury thing for him to get taken off the field. And then he comes out the next play and is fine. That's how I feel about Mahomes and his little ankle thing that he has. Like, he tried to make it a big deal because
he's trying to be a soap opera
this
star.
happened. This
LeBron
happened
does it.
when I had the first match. When I had the first one during Arizona's game, I hurt my ankle. We're on the same field. I'm going to hurt my ankle again. And then he pretended he did, and then it was a crybaby. And then all of a sudden, it was fine. Like, he ran like 20 yards, and he was totally fine, could walk, never limped after that again. And you can't tell me that's adrenaline or anything.
Right.
No.
What it is that if he's injured and they lose, it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know he faked it. I know he faked it just in case.
Right. But you see it in all sports. It's just the generation. It's just that type of person.
Oh my God. He annoys me so bad. He looks like a goddamn Muppet. And he talks like a Muppet.
He does. He does sound like a Muppet.
Can't
That's my
stand
thing. Why are you calling him a Muppet? That's mine. No.
But it's true.
But he does. He reminds me of a Muppet back in the Muppet days. Okay. Not
We
the
did have
Sesame
some-
Street ones. I'm
No.
talking about the Muppet.
Jim Henson Muppets, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We had picture-in-picture a little bit during that commercial break.
Ford lands right on top of him. All right, Dominic trying to get to the corner.
Ah.
There's the big tag. We got Finn Balor in there with Dawkins.
It's a weird thing to have a setup for.
Old Angelo. Whoa! Knocks Priest right off the apron. Dawkins kicks him right there. Picks him up. Drops him down.
Chris says, Travis, who plays best in baseball? High school draft picks, college draft picks, or international free agents?
Aha. Well, it depends on when they are signed. Usually the international free agents are signed at 16, so it takes them longer to get there. High school kids, it takes them the elite ones, it takes 2.5 to 3 years. And then your college guys are ready after 1. So it just depends on when you want them into your organization. Mm-hmm. But they're all good. But I know what you're trying to say. But like Mike Trout, there's a prime example. If you want to go to the elite of the elite, you're probably better off taking the best athlete high school kid in the long run. But you do get the international ones every once in a while, the Pedro Martinez's. I'm trying to think of another, like the elite from others. Because usually the pitchers are drafted. The pitchers are usually the Americans that are drafted. And your hitters are kind of mixed.
It's Valentine's plans.
It's ruined his Valentine's plans.
It's ruined his Valentine's plans.
Boom.
It's funny.
Drop kick.
He can't go out if he has a black
Dawkins
eye.
was supposed to be in the corner. It was supposed to knock him into the corner, but he's so far away, he fell on his butt.
Oops.
Coup de grace! If he hits it, it's over! Ring the bell! Count to 100 on this one.
Where'd Ford go? He die?
7:35. Finn Balor just pinned Dawkins.
Right. I just wondered where Ford was. He was out there with Damien,
He's
I
broke
guess.
down on the side of the street.
Pico says, let's be honest, entire roster, but a fewer riffraffs. Sophie says, I don't know. The Super Bowl started a lot earlier until hours later. Dad says, do you think we see Ray and Dominic in the Chamber pay-per-view?
Ray and Dominic. No. No.
Sophie says, it is looking like we could be getting Alita versus Bayley at Mania. They planted the seed for that last week.
What was that?
Alita versus Bayley at Mania.
That would be interesting.
Sophie says, the halftime performance, I have seen a lot of mixed reviews. Chris says, Travis, thoughts on Trevor Bauer?
That's such a hard one for me to wrap my mind around. Look at that. Beth Phoenix taking it right to Dominic. Look behind her. Oh! Jigsaw attacks her from behind. Riptide. She can wear that outfit any day. Makes her look feminine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Trevor Bauer thing, has he signed with anybody yet? Because I know he was released.
That's a lot of red names. Red.
Is it one person?
No, it's like 3 different people. Pico says, it's on another level of icing the kicker, right? Sophie says, Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl again for the second time. They just won it not that long ago. Pico says, oh, I hurt myself. Stop the momentum. Right? Sophie says they revealed the WWE 2K23 roster. Randy Orton might be on his way back.
Good.
Interesting. Harley says that was probably one of the best Super Bowl teams I've seen in forever, except for that BS penalty call at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
Or the game. Sophie says, did you see the trailer for The Flash?
I did. It looked fucking amazing. Kind of excited about it because I like that Batman. That's my favorite Batman.
Okay, so the problem of it is like he goes into different timelines, and the timeline he's in is Ben Affleck Batman. So you see stupid Ben Affleck in there as Batman.
Yeah, all the Batmans are in there. But the main one is, what's his name?
Yeah,
Batman.
it's Michael Keaton. It's actually Batman.
I'm Batman.
It was actually Batman. The real Batman. The one and only Batman. The rest of them are crappy Batmans.
They have no metahumans.
Especially
but Batman's not a
Sparkle Boy.
metahuman.
Especially Sparkle Boy. Dakota Rooser is in the chat. Hey, Dakota
Hey,
says
Dakota.
WWE Monday Night Raw John Cena. Valentine's Day, February 14th, tomorrow, Tuesday. It sure is. It is
It's
tomorrow.
Valentine's Day for people in Europe.
Yeah, it is. Sophie says it sounds like the XFL will be the feeder system to the NFL. Maybe they don't do Valentine's Day. Maybe that's just an American thing.
Probably more from there than it is from here.
All
The
Saints
Saints,
Day?
all
Or
that Saint stuff.
the massacre?
Is that Valentine's Day Massacre? That's not. That's Chicago.
Oh, okay.
It's Al Capone.
Isn't that where it came from? Just kidding.
Yes. Valentine's Day.
Sophie says all the baseball teams should reveal their season schedule soon. Sophie says once again there are rumors that the WWE are thinking about splitting up the Street Profits. Do you think they will break up the Judgment Day after Mania?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to get broke up at some point because that's how WWE works. I was just hoping that Triple H liked tag teams better and that we'd see the Street Profits stay together for 10, 12, 15 years. It's kind of my hope. But Ford might be just too good to keep in a tag team. You don't usually see an athlete of that caliber stuck in a tag team.
Huh. Chris says Beth Phoenix wearing aerial ring gear from ECW. She was a vampire gimmick in Ruthless Aggression era. Sophie says James Gunn said that the Flash movie will reset the DC universe. And Pico's like, oh, hold up. There's another Batman who exists, and that's Kevin Conroy.
I don't know if I know who that one is. Is that the guy from Twilight?
What do you mean, Kevin Conroy?
I just don't know who it is. I don't know that name.
I don't know his name. Luke says, okay, I'm off to bed, getting up early to go see the girls. All right, my friend. Well, hope everything's still on the mend. I'm glad that they're doing pretty good. Hopefully it stays that way. Luke says, Kevin Conroy passed away, unfortunately. Who's Kevin Conroy? Sophie says The Rock is hyping the XFL as kind of a training for the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out because they got the USFL coming back also.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be two leagues. I was hoping what they should do is have those two leagues go ahead and play, and then the two champions play each other. That would be kind of cool to see.
Well, Pico says, yes, rip Mr. Conroy. Chris says, hot take, I don't like Michael Keaton Batman. However, I understand because he's OG Batman. I respect him. I grew up with Christian Bale Batman, but I really don't think they would bring him in for this. Michael Keaton will always be Batman, along with Adam West. Sophie says Christian Bale was a great Batman. Chris says they wouldn't bring Bale's Batman because they would want Heath Ledger Joker in it. Luke says Kevin Conroy was the voice of all animated Batman since the 90s.
That's what I was just looking up.
Oh. I never really watched the cartoons, so that's
I didn't even know there was cartoons.
Sophie says, no, Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman in the cartoon. People's like, I'm not explaining if you know, you know. Oh, is that what it's like now? Robbie's like, it's nice to have 40 winks at times. Luke says, all animated movies and shows of Batman was voiced by Kevin. Okay. Okay, so I knew that, gross. Ew, that's his wife. Ugh. Oh my God. Anyways, I kind of remember there being a cartoon, but I thought it was like an old cartoon from like the 80s. So was that Adam West doing that voice during the 80s and stuff?
Probably
I remember that animated Batman, but I did not watch animated Batman stuff in the 90s. So
here comes Brock. This is weird.
Sophie says, who is a great Joker?
Well, there's only one true good Joker, right? And that would have been, what's his name? Jack Nicholas or whatever.
Jack Nicholson? Luke says Kevin is considered equal with all the live actors who played Batman. Kevin elevated Batman in the animations just like Tara Strong is credited with creating Harley Quinn.
Like as a writer?
Sophie says Heath Ledger was a good Joker. Pico's like, oh, geez, Dee's face once she's seen that guy. Sophie says Adam West was before my time. Chris says, I wish Joaquin Phoenix Joker would be like Heath Ledger Joker in terms of violence, but his Joker was still violent enough.
He's just out there hugging people.
Luke says, Harley didn't exist in Batman universe till Batman the Animated Series. She was introduced there. Tara did such a good job. All movie versions of Harley have been based off of Tara's animated Harley. But wasn't there a Harley in the books? Like in the comic books? Though? Wasn't Harley Quinn part of the comic books characters? I remember there being the Harley Quinn character in the comics, though. Roy says, you, Sophie, are a great Joker with all the fake news you be spitting. Pico's like, daps, Ravi. Looks like Tara is the voice of Harley, but she also created her characteristics and all that. Chris says, Brock wearing a Johnny Cash. Sophie says, it would be interesting how James Gunn resets the DC universe when he takes over. Luke says, Harley didn't exist in the comics till she became a fan fave in the animated series.
So not until the mid-90s? I did not know that.
Chris says, Harley debuted in the cartoon, then in the comics. I know that's strange, but that's what happened.
So she's not real.
So I wonder why they introduced her in the cartoons then. Why did they even have that character? That makes no sense.
They probably wanted a woman. The woke stuff.
Oh, that was in the 90s. There's no way
they had that then.
That doesn't make any sense.
Powder Puff Girls and stuff. Like, it was kind of a thing they were starting to come out with. Take your daughter to work day.
Picola's like, LOL, denim sleeveless. I need to try that out. Yeah, Picola. You need to get your denim on. So it says, James Gunn is the creator of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Robbie says, Cola, who's Daps?
Daps.
Yeah, like fist bump. Hello. So he's like, Lady Gaga going to be Harley Quinn in the new Joker movie. That's weird. Why?
So Bobby's bringing a bunch of security with him?
I guess so. Why on earth would the Lady Gaga be it when Margot Robbie makes a perfect one? That's just weird.
Wait, they're because they're resetting everybody? Is that what they're saying?
I have no idea. It just makes no sense. Picola says, I just fist bumped you, Robbie, for your comment. Luke says she was supposed to be a 1 or 2 episode side piece for the Joker, but the fans loved her so much they kept bringing her back till she became a full character. What I don't understand is why they even had her to begin with. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would the Joker need a woman? He doesn't need a woman.
It's part of the drama.
I don't give a shit. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense. Like, whatever they were thinking at the time just made no sense.
He's setting up his own table up high.
He's like, I'm not coming down there. That's funny. So he says the new Joker movie is going to be a musical.
That'll be fun.
Why are they ruining things? They just like to ruin stuff. That's weird. Pickle says, yeah, they just switch things up. It's Hollywood not worth concentrating on it for too long. Right? I have no idea why they ruin everything, but whatever. Robbie's like, Bobby is a G. Vindicator says a contract signing for a non-title match between Brock and Bobby is the second dumbest thing I see tonight after the meaningless women triple threat.
Right? Yeah, this is terrible.
Glowing Blueprint in the chat. Hey, Blueprint, how's it going? Says, remember me? Kinda.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Picola says, it's part of Arkham's Asylum. Nope, not really. Who dis? Right? Looks like Margot Robbie is still Harley Quinn, but Margot is dealing with some issues that is limiting how much she can work. So it says the Robert Pattinson Batman and Joaquin Phoenix Joker movies are part of DC Elseworlds as James Gunn announced it. Robert Pattinson as Batman is terrifying and stupid.
I haven't seen it yet, so I have no comment. Although I haven't seen the Heath Ledger Batmans or whatever his name was. The
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. I've never seen those.
I've only seen little parts of it.
I watched one and they were like doing trucks over a bridge into New York, and then somebody like flew it out over the ocean and blew it up, but I don't remember who it was or what it was about. I watched that one, but not the whole thing, just the end.
Chris says Joaquin Phoenix is the musical. They just ruined his franchise when the first Joker movie set a good tone. Sophie says the Flash movie was supposed to come out in 2018.
Oh, he doesn't want to sign that contract.
Why?
I don't know. Bobby's a pussy. I don't know.
Bobby's scared. Bobby's scared. Bobby's scared.
This is funny because Brock's the bad guy.
Right, he's like a good guy at the same time.
But they have to. They have to push him as the baby face.
It's funny. I'll beat your ass. Unconscious. And I'll sign it for you. Ooh.
Okay, give me the contract. I'm going down there.
Adam Pearce might want to just leave. Just walk
Postman
away.
just needs to walk off.
Just walk away, Adam. Just walk away. He's like, I'm going to leave that there. All right.
Then clotheslines.
Let's take him out.
Brock's beating up security.
Let's see.
No, there it is.
Oh, God.
A little backdrop.
Luke says that was the third Christian Bale Batman movie, Trav. Oh, shit. Anyways,
they did 3 of them?
It's like, okay, I'm out now. All right, bye. The one with the trucks bomb and stuff. Yeah, completely behind in my Batman movies. Why? I'll tell you why. Because they made George Clooney a Batman. That ruined it for me forever. All right, take care, Luke. You and Jade get some sleep.
George Clooney is Batman. I don't even know if I've seen that one, to be honest. Who was the boy blunder in that? Or was it a girl? Or
I'm trying to remember if there was a boy blunder in there.
Well, Elimination Chamber looks like it's going to be pretty good. You can get that poster made up.
I'll get it done tomorrow. Thanks. Sophie says James Gunn released a DC Slate video last week. Vindicator says seeing comic book chatter is hilarious when Deletha and Travis are clearly not avid comic movie fans.
Reckoning against Piper Niven.
I'd have to say I'm not a fan of like the newer movies. Vindicator, let's put it that way.
Well, I still want to watch them.
And now there's a whole bunch of weird controversy around all of them and shit, so.
Why did they have the homely looking one kick the prettier one? Not that she's pretty, but prettier one.
Right? The one that's not as homely.
Well, because if they're doing the storyline like they did with the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels became a star.
Oh.
But I don't think this girl could become a star.
No.
So it would be the other one that got kicked. And maybe it's just because she's more popular babyface-wise.
I don't know. She looks dumb. So it was like, how are you guys doing with Hogwarts Legacy?
I think she's more than halfway done.
I played it a lot, and it broke my brain.
She didn't play it on Sunday. I tried to get her to, but...
I had stuff to do. Pickle's like, Christopher Nolan's Batman universe is amazing. It's more detective and grown up. It took quite some time for me to accept its quality movies. Vindicator's like, LOL, at least Brock remembers Bobby's name this time. Looks like, okay, I'm out now. LOL. Sure you are, Luke. Sophie says, my PS5 controller is stuck in drift. I can't figure out how to reset it.
So there's a button on the back. That little teeny hole. Like if you look at the back of your remote, there's a tiny little hole.
What'd you have to use?
I used a toothpick.
Oh.
It worked fine.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. Toothpick.
It's not very deep of a hole, but I wouldn't use anything metal like a needle or anything, but just use like a wooden toothpick, plastic toothpick, and just push it kind of soft, and you'll feel it click in, and just hold it for a few seconds and let it out. But everything has to be on. Like your Xbox has to be on and like plugged in, it's just running. Then do it. And then it'll turn off and then turn it back on, and then it'll all log back up. That seemed to work for me. I've been using that one, playing basketball. I played 3 games today.
And that R2 worked.
Uh-huh.
That's so weird it doesn't work on that legacy game.
I've got a pink one that's doing the exact same thing, though. It's drifting to the left. the remote, it drifts on this toggle, on the left toggle.
Yeah.
It just drifts.
Yeah, I don't know if that's fixed by reset, though. That might
I haven't
be
tried it. I'm like,
Oh.
why don't I just try it?
Oh, I
haven't
see.
done it yet.
Oh, okay. Pico, see you, Luke. Happy to see you here. Luke's like, thank you, Pico. Vindicator says this show is 40 plus minutes deep and just one match so far. That's why I like AEW more now. I less bullcrap promos and more wrestling.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it's definitely wrestling heavy, but it really depends on if you like storylines also. But I watch them both, so I don't.
Sophie says, have you watched Smallville? No.
No, I had a friend, though, when I was in college that loved that, watched every episode. He'd go home to watch that.
That's funny. Vindicator's like, be well, Luke. And Luke's like, he's not gone yet, so he's got to say some stuff before he leaves. He's probably in the background lurking right now. Luke says, not only did they make George Clooney Batman, they gave his Batsuit nipples. Chris O'Donnell, and that's what I thought was, but I didn't want to say it because I'm like, I might be wrong, was Robin with Clooney, and Alicia Silverstone was Batgirl.
Okay. I was going to say, is that the one with Alicia
Batgirl
Silverstone?
and Robin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Luke. Get out of here. Go get some sleep. Good luck with everything tomorrow. Chris says Brock should have put Bobby through a table. Glowing Blueprint says Bobby's head reflects the light. It hurts my eyes.
Ah!
Sophie says some fans actually like this format with Raw with them not doing that many matches. Chris says Brock should put Bobby through a table. Pico says, well, that was the farcity of it all. Kilmer and Clooney should have never been given the roles.
I totally remember the very first time that I was watching Monday Night Raw when they added the third hour, and I was super excited. And I am not kidding. If you go back and watch that episode, they didn't have a match until the second hour.
Oh, God.
I'm like, so what was the point of adding another hour?
Exactly. Why would you?
All right, we got Piper Niven.
Sophie says, do you think we will see Bobby versus Brock 4 at Mania? Sophie says Jim Carrey was the Riddler when Val Kilmer was Batman.
I like that one. That was one of my favorite Batmans.
Robbie says, D, just accept it. Controversy is everywhere, whether we like it or not.
Two-Face.
Robbie, why are you talking?
Best actor ever, whatever that guy's name is. I can never think of it. Tommy Lee Jones. One of the quick-witted actors there is.
Robbie says,
Emmett Downey Jr.
Right. Pico says, it says on
Reckoning.
Wiki that JC Jane was trained by Jay Lethal and Matt Seidel. Interesting. This freaking guy is in the chat. Hey, this freaking guy says, does it work for PS5? Does what work
That's what
for PS5?
The reset? Because that's
Are
what
you
I was
talking about the reset button?
That's
for
what
the
I'm talking
controller?
about.
We're talking about the PS5.
Yeah, because I had to do it with mine.
Sophie says, I tried that pin in the PS5 whole thing, and for some reason I think I did something wrong.
Well, what kind of pin did you use? Did you puncture the... Because it's a little rubber button. You don't want to stab it with something metal and sharp.
Yeah, metal and sharp. Piccolo says, like, if I had to go back and watch any of the old Batmans, I prefer watching Batman Returns. I dig Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, right?
Yeah, she was creepy, though, wasn't she? Hey, wasn't Holly Berry Catwoman also?
Yeah, she was.
Which one was that one?
Like, one of the ones with one of those weirdos in it. Either George Clooney. One of the George Clooney ones, I think.
Oh, he did too?
I don't know.
Yeah, I need to catch up on Batman's. I need to watch that new one with the Vampire Boy.
Sophie says, and now whenever I play a PS5 game, the game camera keeps moving when I'm not pressing the button. Chris says, Travis, thoughts on projected number overall draft pick for MLB Dylan Cruz?
Oh, come on, man. I have no idea. I can't even speculate. MLB is so weird when it comes to their drafting and...
Oh, God.
It was like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant the first time Hogan tried to slam Andre.
This is sad and dumb.
Yeah, this is going to be some bad wrestling.
This is horrible. It's already
Reckoning's
horrible.
one of the worst wrestlers that you'll ever watch. Piper Niven's okay, but she's going to slow down to help out Reckoning, and it's going to be
that move was
bad.
just ridiculous. And then she like...
See the slowness?
Yes, I already know. I watched 2 seconds of it and wanted to throw up. Glowing Blueprint says, I'm sorry, I have to go and edit and post a video. No problem,
All right,
Blueprint.
see ya,
Thanks
boss.
for hanging out with us for a minute. Appreciate it. And good luck on posting your vid. Piccolo says, Joel Schumacher as director. Meh.
Ugh.
Sophie says, oh. And Robbie's like, Smallville, not seeing the hype. And Sophie says, did you like the Catwoman movie? Robbie says, go on, Dumpling, smash her face in.
Is the Catwoman movie the one with Halle Berry? Maybe that's why I know of it.
No.
But I don't think I've seen that one either, so.
Pico says, no, Catwoman with Halle Berry is separate from any franchises. Oh, okay.
Okay. So
that is that one. Ayla's like, hey, Ayla.
Hey. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Hey, Ayla, what'd you do? Robbie's like, Dumpling looking piff tonight, yo. Oh, yeah. Me and your girl D is so shit.
Look at that stomping on her.
Why are you calling me shit, Robbie? She's the one that's shit, and she ain't my girl. She's all yours. You can have her. I don't even know why she's a wrestler. She's terrible.
Reckon
at
it?
God, she's awful.
She's something on another level.
People's like, how are you, Ayla? And Sophie says, the Halle Berry one was awful. Ayla's like, I'm doing good. How about you, fatty Lisa? Oh, yeah, by the way, Ayla, you should have came over yesterday because I made chocolate chip cookie bars. Bitch. And you weren't here. Sophie says they canceled the Batgirl movie after they finished the whole movie. Pickle's like, I'd let Piper step on me.
Who did they... I'd let her step on me, too. She wouldn't be that heavy.
She has such a pretty face.
Oh, drops her down. That might just do it.
Get her!
She
Yes.
did.
Thank you. Thank you for pushing Piper Niven. Thank you. As it should be.
237.
If she didn't beat the piss out of her, I would be upset. And then I'd scream. And then I'd have to cover my thing because Pickle's ears would hurt and we'd have a problem.
Reckon and just got
Robbie's like, no, I'm
smashed.
taking Dumpling. You can't, Robbie. That's mine. She's mine. You can't have her. Chris says, Travis, who is the worst draft pick of all time?
Oh, come on. Somebody that didn't make the team 20 years ago?
Nobody knows who they are because there's still nobody.
Yeah,
That's the point.
that's too hard to... You can't do that.
Robbie says, Ayla, what's up with the 3D pictures on Facebook? You know what my question would be is this, right? Who was the worst draft pick that actually made it to like the majors?
But couldn't make it in the majors?
And came up, but was like, he was like, so he would be considered like the worst draft pick. Like, was he the worst at the time? Or did he come up and become the worst draft pick because he couldn't handle it? Like, who would that be?
The one that comes to my mind all the time is I think his name was Dallas McPherson. He played for the Marlins.
Yeah.
And he was so fucking good in the minor leagues. Like, I mean, he'd bat like 400 and hit 30 home runs. Just a stud. Even in AAA, he was dominating. Every time they brought him up to the Marlins, he couldn't hit. Every time. And you were waiting for him to still get good. Then he was 25, 26, 27, so he passed his prime there, and then it just never happened for him.
Huh.
But I wouldn't call him the worst, because there's a million people worse than him, right? But,
right.
But he couldn't make it in the majors. And there's a lot of guys that can't make it in the majors. That's why it's too hard to say who's the worst draft pick ever.
But I mean, that story kind of takes the cake, right?
you could take people like the quarterback for Denver right now. I can't think of his name. Russell Wilson.
Oh, God, that guy.
He was drafted.
Yeah, he was.
He played for one of the Texas teams. I can't remember if it was Houston or the Rangers. Either way, he was on there for a while. Then he got traded to the Yankees. But, I mean, obviously, that's a terrible draft pick because you know he's never going to play baseball. But they invite him to spring training, and he comes, and he was a champion in Seattle, so he bring his Super Bowl ring and show the people, like, this is what champions have to do, how you have to be a champion. So, I mean, it was worth it in that aspect, but you knew he was never going to be a player. Another top draft pick is Kyle Murray, the quarterback for Arizona. He was a first-round pick and he did sign, and then he reneged on it, and so... That's a terrible draft pick for Oakland because they got screwed. Yeah. He was a top 7 pick. He was number 7, I think, overall. And then he never played. That's because crazy. He went and played football. But he was a first overall pick in the NFL, I believe. I think he was the number 1 overall pick in the NFL for Arizona.
Huh.
So there's so it just depends on how you want to define the worst draft pick ever. because those are top guys that were drafted in the first round.
Right. Some things you
I
don't
posted
see on
that
television.
video right there where they're meeting and they on TikTok.
Yeah.
And the heading says, Jay pounds Sammy's potato.
Oh, God. You're in your potatoes. You're a potato. It was like I cleaned and went through some stuff in the basement and relaxed. I would have loved to come. Sorry. No, you're not. You ain't sorry. Karina Knock is in the chat. Hey, Karine says Cody Rhodes is my hero.
Yeah, he's a lot of people's hero.
Nice.
We have a triple threat match later on tonight with Bianca and Esther. Or Esther is Bianca, never mind. Bailey and Becky.
The man. Ayla says, Robbie, I don't know. I liked it,
Hey,
so I used the option Facebook gave me. Robbie says, no soundboard tonight. They're right there.
They're up there.
Pico says, well, I appreciate you, D, for saving my ears. Yes. Chris says, yeah, definitely a white Christmas Piper Niven's face, but still doesn't make up for, Pico's like, are we just talking baseball? I have no clue. They were talking baseball, yes. About the worst draft picks, it was mostly baseball. Chris says there was a guy that played one MLB game and then retired because he was so trash. I forgot who it was.
Well, I mean, that happens quite a bit. I mean, you can look at Josh Hamilton. He was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and it took him like 7 years of trying to be sober. Basically have a meeting with God in his grandma's bedroom.
Oh, God.
He showed up on her door. He has no idea how. And he was dead, basically. And she took him in the house and put him in a bed. And he stayed in there for a week. He talked to God while he was in there. But anyways, after that, he went and walked on the freaking Tampa Bay Devil Rays team and was the best player in baseball for like 2 years.
Who was it?
Josh Hamilton.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like.
Wasn't he the one that killed a guy?
Killed a guy. That's
Not
when he's
purpose.
in Texas.
He
threw a ball to a fan and he underthrew it a little bit. The guy like dove for it right off the freaking balcony. Landed on his neck on the concrete below.
Right in front of his kid.
Yeah. Killed a guy.
Josh Hamilton killed a guy. He's the one that has all the drug issues. So he had like all those weird broken bone injuries and shit, right?
Yeah,
I remember you talking about him a lot.
Yeah, he was, he came from nowhere. I mean, he didn't come from nowhere. He came from somewhere because he was the top absolute pinnacle of athlete.
Right.
Then the drugs and everything got him out of baseball. But then when he came back, he went to
really
the Rays,
well.
who drafted him, and they're like, sure, we'll give you a shot. And he didn't even play in the minor leagues ever in his whole career.
That's crazy.
Showed up, made the team out of spring training, and the rest is
Did really
history.
good.
Oh, good is an understatement. He was batting like 370.
Yeah, he was pretty phenomenal there for a while.
Home runs, and nobody could throw anything by him. He was the best player in baseball for at least a year and a half, 2 years. And then he signed a massive contract after that, I think with Anaheim. But it could have been maybe he went to Anaheim and then he signed the big contract with Texas. Either way, he played with both of those teams too. Because Tampa traded him eventually.
Nice.
Because his contract would have been up and they didn't want to pay him that kind of money.
Right.
Nothing worse than giving somebody like that millions.
A drug addict. Robbie says, Ayla, you had me tripping, and Ayla's like, stop taking things to make you trip. Pico says, I used to get on Facebook just about every day, and after the sprinkle season, I just got fed up and put my energy into other social media, except Twitter. I would never waste my time there. It says, I don't usually post on Facebook. Same with Insta. If I'm on anything, it's TikTok, but usually YouTube videos. Hassan is in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. How was your weekend on the Super Bowl weekend? Great.
Pretty good.
Says, hey there. Hello.
We had the UFC also, so it was 2 good nights of stuff.
Robbie says, Ayla, famous TikToker, go on. Ayla's like, I don't have a Twitter, and I forget I have Snapchat 90% of the time because I have notifications turned off. Gets annoying. Ayla's like, I'm not a TikToker, just a Tik watcher. Pico says, I maybe had Snapchat for about a month. Sounds like, hey, is your stream froze? No. It might be you, but ours isn't. Pico says this movie 65 might be all right. Yeah.
Looks like they're bringing
65 million years ago when humans landed on Earth. Came to Earth. Hassan says, I like your Valentine's hat. Thanks. Ravi says, so Elimination Chamber, who is the main event?
Roman and Sami. That's
Yeah.
a pretty easy one.
Sophie says, I wish I could watch wrestling straight through, but I always get interrupted by my mom or my dog.
Yeah,
Ella says,
it
I
happens.
canceled Netflix yesterday. Felt like I gave a child away. Dumb way to fill up out a bad streaming service.
Who's that?
Netflix. She canceled
Ooh.
Netflix yesterday. Ayla did.
Oh, wow. Is Sami in the ring?
Sophie says, I had Twitch on my phone, but only for a day or two. I only go to Netflix for certain shows. And Pico says, you probably won't believe I've been listening to this Twitch stream as a background, and it's amazing because it's Legend of Zelda music. That's funny. It's pretty fun. Nothing wrong with that.
What do you have
Sami
to
going
say?
in tonight? He's got to say shit.
I'm starting to lose interest in Sami. I'm trying my hardest to hold on to it, but he left the bloodline. It's over.
Hassan says, you guys feeling good today? Yeah, feeling great. How about you? Why is he going to indulge you?
They're doing the Cody Sami hint.
Oh, so Cody's got to put Sami down where he belongs?
I don't know
Or how
exactly
they
how
gonna
they'll do
what?
it because they obviously don't want Sami to overshadow Cody going into the heavyweight championship, so they're probably just going to build to the after WrestleMania stuff.
Right. Sophie says, it is sometimes hard to remember passwords to every streaming service as well as create a password.
Yeah. I write them all down in an app.
Yeah, they probably all are different. So, yeah, it's definitely not easy to keep track of all of them. Some of them have really weird rules. So
Just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 B.
Travis.
1, 2, 3, 4,
No.
5, 6, 7, 8 C. There's Cody.
Pio says, oh no, Ayla, down bad Netflix. She's going to text you at 2 a.m. You up? Just ignore. Sophie's like, it takes me a long time to come up with a perfect password for whatever streaming service. Ayla says, I was a diehard Netflix fan, but with all the new rules coming and the major fact that there's literally nothing to watch anymore, I had to cancel.
There's a couple movies I'm looking forward to see, but I don't need Netflix anymore either.
Yeah, probably should just get rid of it. I'm trying to think if there's anything on there I have been watching. Oh, that Wednesday. I was going to watch the rest of that. I probably should get that done.
Watch it.
Hassan says, I feel fine. Good. It's good to hear, bud. Ayla says, hopefully I don't drunk call her. Sophie says, it is weird on my end. You guys are lagging. That might be a YouTube thing. You might just have to refresh your YouTube. Pico says, being in the military, I just name a city and the year I was there. Good for multiple passports. Probably, Pico.
Yeah,
Good
that's
way
the way
to
to
do
do
it.
it. Hey, what do you want to talk about?
Yo, what's up, friend? It was like we went to Prime Video. I loved a few things on there, but it's not like I can't get it again. Right? Pico says, I still keep it for trash TV because Netflix be trashy yet classy. Sophie says, it does take a long time for movies to land on a streaming service, and most of the time it isn't Netflix. Yeah, Netflix only has rights with one company, and that's Sony, and that'll be 90 days. So if they come out in the movie theater, it'll be 90 days before it comes out on their streaming.
Why are they making Sami stupid?
Robbie's like, Sami smashed his face in. Why would he do that? I was like, I think you're lagging too. Thought it was just me. Oh, are we lagging?
Who's that?
Us. Somehow we're lagging, I guess.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but...
Sophie says on my end you're going in and out with the volume.
Huh.
Weird.
Crowd's going a little cray. Did he just say his bandwidth?
Yes. Robbie says I'm not a Cody fan. Yeah. I like the Canadian. Is it because he's European? He's British. Well, technically he's Syrian. So he's African. Right? Is that right? He's Syrian, right?
Yeah, Syria is right.
Isn't it in Africa? The northern part of Africa? I swear.
I think Syria is right below Turkey.
In Africa, isn't it?
Turkey's on that side.
I swear it's in. Pico says it's just like old time HBO when movies were out for a while and went to video. Ayla says, oh, on mine it's just buffering. And Naravi says, yes, you're lagging.
I'm going there. I'm checking it.
I don't know what's happening, you guys.
It's 100%. Everything's fine. La, 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 la. Slowed down a little bit there.
Robbie says, D still has a VHS cola. Why wouldn't I? Pico's like, oh, yeah, you must have bad weather or something. Yeah, totally, all the bad weathers.
Yeah, do you believe that you can defeat Roman?
Do you believe it in your heart of hearts?
I want that to pop up.
It was like, yeah, we have HBO Max and Amazon. We use George's parents' Disney Plus and Chelsea's ex-boyfriend's Hulu. Haha. I don't know if he knows we're still on it, though. Shh. Sophie says it looks like Avatar 2 could be on Disney Plus at some point this year. Barf. Robbie says, big up, guys. Yay. Ernest Bell's like, hey. They sound like they're European.
Yeah, they're trying to do the European style.
That's weird.
I thought they were chanting boring.
Oh.
Boring. He doesn't know if he can beat Roman.
Hey, Ernest, good to see you in here. Pico says, I got you. Mum's the word, right? So he says, I have HBO Max, Amazon, Disney Plus, Peacock, Netflix, and Paramount Plus. Fun.
They could do a pretty cool little angle if they wanted to with this. Mm-hmm. Sami loses at whatever, Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Right? Then they head into Mania. Now it's Cody, Roman, main event WrestleMania, and Sami costs Cody.
And then Roman continues to be the champion
yes, he
for a long time.
It doesn't have to be a long time. He could lose it that Friday. I'm just saying he doesn't drop it because Cody loses, and everybody in the world thinks he's going to win. Sami comes out, so you know he's going to attack Roman, but he hits fucking Cody.
Sophie says, now you are on repeat saying, guys. Nice. Ravi says, mum's the word is such an old 90s English thing. It says, I have the free Peacock and Tubi. We had Paramount, but again, nothing worth watching. Pickle says, I have Tubi, Booby, Scooby, HBO Max, HBO Mini, Disney Divide, and the Foot Fetish Network. Nice, Pickle. Those sound great. Vindicator's like, Sami was in the dugout with the bloodline, Travis. He said it. Yeah. But funny enough, Sami does remind me of many major league players these days with all that busy hair. Uh-huh. It says, mum's the word is still used around these parts. People's like, I am an old English lady.
Believe that.
So now they're going to put Cody on the back and have him promote Sami or some shit?
No, Sami's going to lose on Sunday.
Vindicator's like, bushy hair. Oh, bushy, not busy. Sorry, bushy hair. Yeah, bushy. Robbie's like, Ayla sounds old for her time. It was like, did you guys hear? They found adolescent Bigfoot feet prints. Did they?
They're little feet prints. So they're normal-sized human footprints?
So they're people prints? They're hobbit feet?
I believe in Bigfoot as much as I believe in ghosts and aliens.
That means he believes in a lot. Just kidding. Ayla's laughing. Ooh, is it going to be another Montreal screw job? Robbie's like, what's Cody saying? He's saying words.
He's saying suffer thucktash.
Suffer and thuckatash. With stuff. People's like a little hobbit. I just figured that was what mini adolescent Bigfoot prints would look like. Sophie's like, Sami versus Cody, they could revisit this at a later time. People's like, UFOs happen all the time in the Gulf Breeze of Florida. Then here's like little hobbitsies. Yes. Harley says, your guys' stream is coming in perfectly clear on my device.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Harley.
It's going out in perfectly clear, so.
Sophie says, did you see the Fast X trailer? Yeah, no.
I did. But I didn't even care to watch it, really. I saw they dropped the badass car from the first one out of an airplane or something.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh, that Dodge Charger or Challenger, whatever that one is.
Ayla laughing, so human feet. Yes.
Yeah.
The adolescent Bigfoot feet prints. Yes. Human feet. So human feet. Yeah, bitch. Whatever that means. Walter's in the chat now. Hey, Walter, you're late. You said 9:05 and it is 9:11. Lies. Just
Lies
kidding.
everywhere.
Walter's like, hey, Ayla. Ayla's like, hi, Walter. Vinegar's like, Ayla, Sophie is such a movie junkie. How come you two can't see to connect? Walter says, good Raw. Cody talking to Sami. Says, I thought they would stop making Fast and the Furious movies after Paul Walker's death.
No.
They made like 20 after he died, so I don't know what you're talking about.
They don't care about that. The only one they would probably kill it for is the Dom.
They are going to care if Vin Diesel dies.
It's his thing.
No, you don't care.
I don't want to see you again until WrestleMania.
Ayla says, Vin, do you like breathing? Why aren't you and I besties?
Breathe in, breathe out.
Walter says, okay, at 9:35, I'll be here Wednesday, AEW, 8 p.m., but I'm still in chat. Nice.
So creepy.
Why isn't he leaving? I thought he was leaving.
Maybe he wants to get the last word in.
What a weirdo. Walter's like, Saturday is Chamber pay-per-view.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be here.
We'll be here. I'm going to be right here sitting in this chair.
Be here, be square.
Oh, my fat bum. Robbie says, Sami, you go, man. Ready to chop some heads fully. People says Fast and Furious is the waste of money and has got to be the most absurd movie franchise. I don't know. There might be another one that is just as
What?
absurd.
What?
Fast and Furious. People says Fast and Furious is a waste of money and has got to be the most absurd movie franchise.
I liked the first one. The second one was weird. The third one I've never watched. And then I've only watched one of the other ones after that. It was with The Rock. And they drove through a mountain.
Oh.
But I don't know what number that was. That's the only other one I've seen. So, Asuka. It's Raw versus SmackDown women, 3-on-3. They're all in the Elimination Chamber. At least Carmelo looks good.
Right? You guys are really weird. What the fuck?
Why are you here? So weird.
This whole thing is stupid. I don't know who came up with it, but you should be fired. God, it's dumb.
Tonight, 6 women's tag match. Rack Rod, Liv Morgan, Natalya versus Carmella, Asuka, and Nikki. ASH.
Poor girl. Ayla says Fat Lisa likes dumpster fires. Why isn't he a fireman? Walter says Saturday is Chamber pay-per-view. Sophie says I'm more of a TV show junkie. I go to the movies every once in a while. Pickle says I'd rather be strapped in a chair and force-fed Adam Sandler jokes. Right? Sophie says the key is going to the movies is to find someone that wants to see the same movie as you. Either that or just go to the movie by yourself. Ravi says, but do you still watched it? What the fuck are you talking about, Ravi, that I watched? Vindicator says, that explains why the show is so bad. It's a go-home show. The Cody Sami moment was nice, though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it other than Sami was on it.
Oh, God.
So, a cocaine bear, could it beat a grizzly bear?
No,
Grizzly
it
bear
has
probably-
to be a black bear. It
Well, I'm
can't
just
be
saying
a grizzly.
A grizzly would probably still kill it.
Oh, my God, right?
You're like, dude, what? Step off. Whack.
Why are you in my space?
Break its neck.
Let's see. Vinegar says that. Harley says we'll be friends with everybody in the chat. Yes, friends forever. Ayla says, wouldn't we all? Fat Lisa, wouldn't we all? Sophie says, I only saw 1 Fast and Furious movies out of 9. Oh, I have seen none of them. I have seen parts
seen
of
the first one?
I have
It's
not
worth it.
watched it. I have seen parts of the shows, and that is all. I've never seen one all the way through.
The first one, they had a budget of like $75 and like a can of Tic Tacs or something. It was really bad acting. Really, the acting was the worst acting you'll ever see in any
Oh,
movie.
great.
And
This is why I'm not going to watch
and the camera work was terrible and stuff. But it was the cars were the star of the show, and it ended up being pretty good. And they had this old Dodge in there that did a wheel stand,
Oh, God.
and
Robbie
it was
says,
badass.
Cross so much better than when she cray. Pico says, Ella, don't judge my kinks. Ayla. Ayla's like, I never saw them. They're not my type. Vindicator says, Asuka and Nikki tag team. No, that would suck. Sophie's like, this show hasn't been that bad. We aren't even done yet. Ayla's like, Fat Lisa, I would never. Pico's like, everyone backstage is on meth, maybe, or cocaine. Vindicator says, another meaningless match, but at least I get to see Liv. Robbie says, I bought some sneakers of a drug dealer and couldn't stop tripping.
Awesome.
Don't know what he laced them with. That joke is like older than you, Robbie, for God's sakes.
It's awesome, though.
Piccolo says, I can't put myself going down fire poles that much. Robbie's like the Fast and Furious. I've never seen him. Piccolo's like, Robbie's like, D, I can see you chafing down the pole. Dude, that's why you wear clothes, you dumbass.
I was excited to see the second one, and then I watched it, and there's like this old model in there. I can't remember what his name was. Tyrese or something like that. And it was terrible. The second one. And then I was like, and then people were like, you got to watch Tokyo Drift. And I'm like, no. And then that's where I ended it. I've never seen it.
Sophie says, I think I only seen Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, aka Fast and Furious 3. All the Fast and Furious movies are at HBO Max and Peacock, I think. Pickle says, yep, don't forget the cars. It was all about the cars during the first 3. Sophie says, I'm way behind you guys. I'm still at Cody's Sami segment.
Oh, wow. You're
Did
way
you
back there.
pause your stuff?
Oh, now we're back with Baron Corbin. Going back to the Lone Wolf now
Right,
that he
maybe.
lost. What's his name?
Maybe. I don't know. Piccolo, at least the cars were cool. Like, some of them. Maybe not all of them. But I like cars, so there's a different thing. But I'm not going to watch a movie just for cars. Robbie says, D, but you laughed at my jokes. Did I?
Yeah, why don't you start actually doing something? Smack her. Smack. Exactly. He lost to a mousetrap last year. People forget that.
I don't.
People want him
He's
to be
garbage.
world champion. He lost to a mousetrap at WrestleMania against John Knoxville.
Oh, God, a Walking Dead man.
He pinned him. Last person to pin him, and that was years ago. That's true. Baron Corbin would have been your winner of the Royal Rumble. Easy.
Robbie says, clothes on a pole, not if you're Cardi B. Gross, Robbie. I don't want to know about your weird fetishes.
Oh, there's
Cardi
Cody.
B.
He's talking shit to Cody, and Cody's there.
Of course. Pequel Sophie had been interrupted and whatnot. So this is my mom and dog interrupted me. That's why I'm way behind you guys. Robbie says, Lone Wolf, best Corbin. Yeah, but wouldn't you fast forward through the commercials?
He's right behind him. I think his dog... Oh, dog was the last... He couldn't do it.
Robbie says, Lone Wolf, best Corbin. So he says, I wonder how long it would take to watch every Fast and Furious movies.
What are they, 2 hours each? And there's 9 of them, so 18 hours.
Peagle says, the real ones never forget. Who are the real ones? The real ones of what?
The real ones.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be real to know.
Okay.
They're the real ones.
Well, I don't know, so. Peagle said the real ones never forget, so I have no idea what's happening.
Cody's just beating the crap out of
like,
Corbin.
oh, don't ever talk about a man's dog.
That was it. That was the last straw. He said his dog, and then bam. If he would have said something about his wife, he might have let it go. But the dog, no.
So if it says with franchises, it does take a long time to watch every movie of whatever franchise. Is Cody going to beat him in his street clothes? Is that what they're going to do?
Yeah, absolutely is.
Pico says Sami losing to a mousetrap and the jackass cast. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Layla Hirsch and the boys.
He took off his shirt.
It's time to get real.
Get real in this match. This is
now,
weird.
if he takes his pants off like Angel Garza, then you know what's on.
That's not what happens. It's serious. Real serious then. Jesus. So if it's like Sami Zayn went from Johnny Knoxville to Roman Reigns, what a weird year.
Yeah.
I was like, LOD, did you take the dog for a walk today? Robbie, I went to fucking work today. And then I got off work and I came on here. That's my fucking Mondays. That's my fucking Wednesdays. And also my Fridays. I have no time between when I get off work and coming here. Nothing. No time.
She has a half hour to get home from work and on there.
So there's no dog walking or any kind of sort of thing. They're heathens to take walking. People's like, that's why it's a franchise. Exotic players. Ooh, exotic. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. So if it says I had to reset you again, it was on mute on my end. Pico's like, I bet it's about the same time. Link says the LOTR trilogy. Yeah? 369?
369.
Oh, unless you're calling the Hobbit ones in there too. Then I guess it's a little bit longer. Ayla says, it's not mute on my end. Anyone else?
Whoa, Cutter.
I hope you're not mute.
Cody Cutter. Just don't get hurt, Cody.
Right? Don't do stupid things. Poor Corbin. This is just lame.
Here it comes. Crossroads. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. So maybe Corbin is going to leave the company or something. It just seems weird that they're just going to have him lose all the time.
Right? But I was like, DL, you got to make time. Your dog needs you. I fed him. It's good enough. It was like their dogs have a huge yard anyways, right? Pico says, I can hear y'all fine. I do hear great Zelda music as well. That's good.
Nothing wrong with Zelda.
Ravi says, Ayla, don't shit in the yard. Ravi, why would Ayla shit in the yard? Is that what you guys do, Ravi? Is that what you do? You go over to a mate's house and you just shit in their yard? You shit in their garden? You're like, take a shit right here. This looks like a good place.
Yeah, you got a shat in it.
You're going to take a big old shat in their garden? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you goddamn English people? Like, seriously. Like, stop it. It's gross. Oh my god, I can't get over the fact that you're wearing a stupid hat and dumb glasses. What the fuck is wrong with her? It was like, don't tell me what to do!
She looks like a Simpson character.
Ew, which one?
The one on the right, Natalia.
Oh. Poor Raquel. She's like, I'm just trying to get in the mood to fight people, and I'm going to smack both of you.
Rack Black Rod taking charge of her team. Liv coming out first. That's weird.
Rob is like, Ayla, you do you. Vindicator's like, I hope Corbin getting buried and embarrassed here means he goes back to the lone wolf gimmick. I hope he goes back to being a badass instead of being a
I'd like to see
weirdo.
him win matches.
Yeah. Pickle says maybe Corbin needs to go back and relive his championship years back at NXT. Oh, wait.
A lot of women in this one. Film
is not here.
Well, if he shows up.
Right? As Piccolo just said, well, only if Film was here. All the armpits are out.
There's at least one right there.
We've got 1 armpit from Liv, 2 from Natalia, 2 from Raquel. Robbie says Natalia looks like that singer Anastasia with that hat on. There's a singer named Anastasia? What the hell is that? Did you?
No.
Exactly.
Sounds cool, though.
He's like, I should go back to wearing my Fidel Castro outfits when I go home to Montreal. The guy who runs that country is a vast descendant from the guy from Cuba. I'm sure he's related to him. He's his son.
They should do Trudeau there. They should do a bash at the lake or something.
Oh.
And do a match in the middle of a lake.
And you lose if you fall off.
Like a dock that goes out to it. Yeah, they could get wet.
And it's like floaty. So it's all like rocking and stupid.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
That'd be hilarious.
It does not. It could be a man-made lake, like the little ones, like in Blackfoot or something. The Cove.
The Cove.
The Cove.
The Cove. Robbie says, yeah, Ayla, I learnt that from you. Ayla's like, learnt? English is a second language, I guess. Walter says, Cody, good fight with Corbin. Now 3 versus 3 women's match. Yep, Walter. It is.
3 on 3.
Vindicator says, LOL, what a trash promo. We all know Sami is not beating Roman. That's teed up for Cody at Mania. Is it? According to Travis, Sami's going to make Cody lose it. So there's that.
Of what they can do.
That's what they're going to do. Travis said. So it's going to happen. Just kidding.
I'm just saying if they want to add a little bit more drama to this storyline. So why does the brown one have high heels on, but the green one doesn't? Shouldn't the green one have high heels on too? They both dames.
Not all of them have to have high heels, but one of them used to have boobs too, and they got rid of that.
Boobs?
Yeah, it used to have boobs.
An M&M with titties?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did not know that.
And they got rid of it because it was just weird. And then they made them all weird, and then people complained, and so M&Ms went back to what they originally were, except for the boobs.
Why? Companies need to
stop being stupid.
To just pick something and stay with it.
They can't. They're dumb. They're
Don't
like,
worry
no,
about
we
what
have to make
people
it
say.
better, right? Oh, people complained about this. 2% of the people complained. We better change it for the tiny percent of people that complained.
Right.
It's like, did you vastly majority take a survey of every person in the whole world or that uses or eats your product or watches your commercials? No, you fucking didn't. You took a goddamn survey of 200 people, and out of those 200 people that actually had the time to do it, which means that they have no life, no jobs, no nothing, fucking said, it's offensive. And so they're like, we better get rid of this and change it all. Fucking idiots. That's what happens. And that's why they do the stupid shit that they do. It's not because they really want to know what people think or really want to do anything that anybody has any say about. They just go off of their tiny, tiny, tiny little survey points.
Hey, look, soccer
that they do.
Peacock.
And that's it.
There's a title race in soccer.
Why are there title races?
Arsenal and Manchester or Man City.
Is that something that they're going to not have until 4 years? So is that their race?
No, that's their regular season.
Oh. That's weird. Robbie says, so D, another random 3-woman tag. No, it means something because, Ravi, we're gearing up to Elimination Chamber on Saturday, right? And this is the go-home show. So these are all the little children that are in that Elimination Chamber that you all want to see so badly.
Why are they children? Because they're dames?
I don't know. Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday. AEW going to play some bingo before our win on my birthday. That's right. It's Walter's birthday this Wednesday. All right, Walter. Well, good luck with that bingo. I hope you win because it is your birthday.
Rack Rod coming out next.
Ayla says, night, Walter. And Robbie says, if it happens, D, you will rant. Harley says, almost time to watch some Detroit Red Wings hockey against the Vancouver Canucks. Piccolo says, a simp for the brown one. She foxy and seems sophisticated. Ayla says, if Sophie didn't say it, it's not going to happen. Robbie says, D with a rant, go on. Piccolo's like, yep, scrap it all and start from the non-binary drawing board. Robbie says, D, did you think they actually care about y'all? No, Robbie, I don't. I just think that they're stupid.
Here comes
when
Carmella.
Something works to change it into something that doesn't work.
She had that moonwalk better than Michael Jackson did.
Did she?
Well, she looks better doing it.
Ah.
Nikki Cross coming out second for Team Raw.
Chris says, Travis, whose worst MLB debut? I think of Ron White of Mariners. He only played one game and retired.
Ron White. Sounds funny.
Robbie says, Arsenal versus City battle at the top of the league.
Boom. Is that their championship game? Is it over this year? I feel like it can't be because it was just the World Cup. Unless they took the World Cup as like a halftime thing.
Yeah. So is Asuka going to spit in somebody's face tonight?
Who cares?
Why? Why don't we care?
Because if she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't.
She's probably going to spit into one of her own teammates' face.
I hope not. There it is. There's the bell. Rack Rod started out with Nikki Cross. Or Nikki ASH, whatever you want to call her. She's not quite a superhero anymore.
I think she went back to Cross.
She's just a weirdo.
A little bit.
She needs a straight
I was like,
jacket.
Neil Armstrong did the moonwalk the best. Ha, 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 ha.
Neil Armstrong. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Found myself in a refrigerator box in an alley, re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. You know what I'm talking about? Tropic Thunder, when he's talking about his breakdown
Yeah.
he had in the alley,
Right.
re-entering the Earth's atmosphere in a refrigerator box outside of a bar in an alley. All right, Natalia's in there now with the princess.
So Carmella was like, I want Natty. I want Natty. Bring in Natalia.
I don't want Daddy. Uh-oh, there it is, sharpshooter. It's over. That's going to be a quick match.
Wouldn't their teammates go help her? There.
Like that.
I'm like, when's that going to happen?
Where'd they come from?
Where were they? Why weren't they there before?
Uh-oh, there's a melee. Referee needs to get control of this.
He can't. They're women. He can't
Nikki
touch them.
Cross just landed
He's
on
like,
her
I don't
face.
know what to do.
The baby faces. So SmackDown's just a team of baby faces.
I guess.
Hey, is it Magnum PI? That shit's still on. I kind of want to watch the originals. That's one.
That'd
to
be
watch.
fun.
Or-
But they're an hour. Yeah. But it's good to watch. Chris says, can we just call her Kana, not Asuka?
You can call her whatever you want. I don't know that name well enough where I would botch it. So.
Robbie's like, no, it ends in May. The prim ends in May.
Okay.
Piccolo says, she's like Bart Simpson now. Hey, Asuka, do the thing, the gimmick. Chris says, Mela and Asuka both wearing their underwear in funny ways. Vindicator says, just a shame all the women were wasted in dumb matches tonight. Oh, and Corbin too, lol. But Bianca has no reason to care who gets in the chamber, and Bayley and Becky have nothing to do.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they're both going to end up losing. Becky will hit Bayley with something, and Esther will pin her or something. Or either that or Becky.
Right?
Going in, going home. The big New Yorker. Not the little New Yorker, the
Not
big
the
one.
tiny one, but the big one.
His name's Adonis.
I thought it was a Donald. What was I? Raw Lag City. Chris says, ref, get your hand out of your pants and officiate the damn thing. Vindicator says, this is why WWE should have introduced a second women title for ladies to compete for when they've been in too many world title matches. We're in picture, by the way. Wish they've done most of this Raw so far.
I heard a lot of people wanting to get rid of the television championship over on AEW because they feel like there's too many titles. So everybody has an opinion about that stuff.
Right? Too many, not enough. They should get rid of all of them. They don't have any. There's so many titles. I don't know. The women only have 2, so I don't know if that's really too many.
Right.
The men technically have too many because now they have a trio champion, they have tag team champions, they have the television champion, and the main champion.
And the Atlantic champion.
Oh, yeah, and that Atlantic champion
and
thing.
the FTR or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Or not FTR, but whatever it's called. Fuck the world. FTW.
Yeah. That's not really a championship, though.
No, it's
He just
not.
carries around like a dumbass, and it's just fucking stupid because he got it from his daddy. It's like, that's fucking lame. Go get something yourself, you little freak.
Dumas.
Robbie says, is it lazy booking from WWE if we know which tag team will win this match?
I don't know if we do know which tag team's going to win. Natalya could easily get pinned in this.
Yeah. And really, do we really know which one?
And then who gets pinned on SmackDown side?
Mm-hmm.
Carmella or Nikki? Or, sorry, Raw's side.
Right.
Carmella or Nikki? Because I doubt Asuka's going to get pinned. I feel like Natalya is the weakest link.
Yeah. Not sure what Carmella's doing. That's a weird hold, but
It
okay.
is a leg scissor. Want a scissor?
No,
I'll show you. Put
ew.
your finger out. I'll show you how they scissor.
No. Gross. And yeah.
Look at, see, she's scissoring her.
YK Beast in the chat. Hey Beast says,
Oh.
I think Hurt Business will reunite in Chamber and Bobby wins and their feud will continue till WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it's something along those lines also. It'll be the first match of the night, so we'll find out. Because Brock likes to go on either first or last. And since we know that Roman and Sami are going to go on last, it'll be Roman first.
Right. Robbie's saying your stream ain't working. Is it not? Or
Looks like it is on this. Let's see.
Or is it you? Is it YouTube? It could possibly be YouTube, guys.
Mine's working. Let me see, like wave. It's a little behind, but it's there. Yeah, it's more than a little bit behind. Damn. That's when I grab my phone, and here comes my wave. Now. Nope, still haven't done it. That's like a full minute
Huh.
behind. 1 in a million.
It seems to be whatchamacallit
But
it.
it's definitely working. Like mine was, at least.
Mine seems it's working, but it's buffering at the same time. But I don't know.
Well, I don't know what to say because this is running perfect. I can kill it. Kill it!
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not hard to kill. I'll do it here in a second, right when this match ends.
Yeah, we might have to just kill it and
Kill
come
it!
back. Just make sure you look for us when we leave.
We'll be back.
Robbie's like, nah, not me. I restarted my phone. Finisher says WWE men need to bring back the cruiserweight titles so Ricochet and Ray can have something to fight for. Robbie says, and other YouTube lives are working.
Yeah, like I said, I'll kill it here in a second. Just waiting for Asuka to win this right here.
She winning? Giving it to Liv?
Yeah, looks like it.
Giving her the old coochie clutch? Oh, why are you screaming?
She's tapping. She's tapping. She's tapping. She's tapping. She tapped. Why isn't he...
What the fuck was that?